What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to take a couple minutes to go over the Proton pack shell. I have literally just kind of finished this. I'll give you a overhead view in a moment. There's really one other thing left to do. I mean, besides putting weathering on it, but I just wanted to kind of film this video now because why not? I literally just put like the ribbon cable on it, all the hoses, and a few other pieces. So the last time you saw this, there was no stickers on it. So I just want to catch you guys up on that. This is pretty much as close to the 1984 packs as I can get it from a lot of the photos that I've seen. The original one had this kind of rainbowish ribbon cable in it. As you can see, we get a couple of things down here. There is a sticker there. And like all these details you never really noticed in the movie until you're actually like working on something. The sticker here, another one there. And then if you're building your own here, these little things are kind of a pain in the ass. I'm trying to get this, what's this, like 1/8 inch line. I just cut it on an angle and stuffed it in and then was able to pull it from the backside. And if you've ever wanted to know this hose, what color it is, it's actually blue underneath. So that's what this one is. But yeah, let's give you the overhead here. Sorry, we're at a weird angle there. This thing looks good. I am super excited with this. I hope you guys are as well. This has been a project that's been in the works for I think 2 years, probably more than that. Just acquiring parts, you know, like these are real brass fittings. This is like the real clipboard valve. So there's been a lot that has gone into this. These are real resistors, real brass, right? Yeah, real brass pieces here. And there's another one on the other side there. There's actually a couple of them. But so this is the shell, like 90, I'd say 95% done. So I still got to do, like I said, weathering. And the other thing I got to do over here is I just installed this volume knob. And the way I had to do it was I drilled the hole and then this popped through the back. Let me actually show you. If I can do this without dropping it. Okay, that is how I mounted the ribbon cable inside. It's kind of such a thick cable that it's not really going to budge, and it's mounted very well on the other side. Okay, so there is my volume control right there in the center of your screen. That stuff to the left there, that is the giant, I believe they call it the vacuum hose, and that's how I put that in there. One side of that is epoxied, and then you can see the 2 metal magnets. But right next to it, to the right, is the volume control. And I had to set that in there with a Forstner bit, so you get a nice flat hole, and then you're able to put that in place. And just because these are things that nobody shows anybody when building these things. So let me just go ahead and I'll show you just kind of how everything is mounted. This is the bumper. So if we're looking at the outside of the bumper here, I mounted it just like that. So do I have washers under there? Yeah, so there's a couple of washers and then a couple of nuts, and then there's a screw here in the center that screws all the way into this, and then I've got a little 3D printed mount right there in the center of your screen holding the bumper and the cyclotron apart from one another so they don't pull, and then that's just screwed into this guy and it's threaded into the bumper, the resin piece there. As far as this guy, the end filter, look at that. Love the way that came out. So that is, it really just sits in place like that, but then I put a couple of screws, as you can see right there. One here and then one here, just zip this way. And these don't matter where you put them, as long as that thing's sitting in here, we're good. And then I drilled a hole here because I'm gonna put a LED light bar. And I don't have I'm doing a 3D mounted solution, but this is gonna be the guy that I'm gonna put in here. So this is gonna sit right about here, and I'm gonna mount this to the motherboard, and that's gonna basically, so this way there's no wiring between this and the shell, so I can take the shell off without having to worry about unplugging things. Unfortunately, with the volume control over here, I'm still gonna have to plug and unplug things, but it's only one thing, so that's not bad. As far as what do I got there? So that bolt and that bolt are for these guys. Okay, these two guys here. It's just one, that's like a 5-inch bolt. This guy's pretty self-explanatory. What I did have to do is cut a hole in the middle, so because it's got a little nub on it. What else do people not show you? As far as the tubes on the side, I drilled completely straight through and just pulled them through. You could put a zip tie on those, but those are really not going anywhere. What else do you not get to see? Oh, this guy here. Let's see if I can focus. Sorry for the crappy camera work here. So that is the screw for the other side of the vacuum tube. Let me not drop this camera here. So that is, sorry about that, for this guy. So what I did here was I 3D printed kind of a bung, if you could think of like a wooden doll or something like that. So that is to here. And then I epoxied it in place. And then I made a hole in the center and mounted it with the screw there. So that's a magnet on that side, and on the other side I just mounted a washer, and it's the same thing here. If I pull this guy out, I don't know if I'm gonna glue this in place or not. Probably should, but I think I'm gonna change this because I think I want to remove what I'm about to show you. Okay, there we go. So there's one of those 3D printed mounts. I think I might actually remove this and just put this washer directly flush with the bottom of that. Because I cut this vacuum tube a little bit too long, I think. So I got a flying friend in here that I don't really like. Okay, so I'm gonna have to, oh, there it goes. Okay. There we go. So that's back in place. And then this just gives the satisfying click right there. But again, I think this is just a little too high. So if I remove that, keeping things as they are, I think it'll sit like that. And I think that's kind of more acceptable and in line with what was used in the movie. I don't know. This guy is self-explanatory, how this mounts. Same thing with this. This has got a, I drilled a hole straight through the center here. You can actually see the mount inside of there. And then this is mounted on the other side with a giant washer and a nut. So if I can get you in there. Yeah, there it is. Okay, that's how that mounts. And then that's how the other piece mounts. Right there. Okay, and that thing that you saw there was just the hole to mount it to the motherboard. So that's just a look at the inside of the shell. Oh, these guys here. Gives you a better shot there. So that giant tube, you got a screw right there in the center of your screen there, and then another one there, and then that's a whoops hole, if you will. So that mounts this guy. And let me put this flat again, and I can show you what's up with that. Okay, so those are mounted into this just on the back side. So we got 1, 2 holding it there. The top one holds this guy in, but I do want to glue this because I don't like that it moves. There's the fake weld that I did. And that's just, that's made out of milliput. And you can see it, I tried to make it look like a welded rod in there. And I think, yeah, there you go. I think I succeeded. I really like the way that came out. And then this too is a fake weld made out of milliput as well. And I think it looks real, sort of. The edge is not really, but yeah, to me it's acceptable. You don't even notice it really. So focus, please. Thank you. Yeah, so I am stoked. Like, my inner 4-year-old has popped with excitement. Absolutely popped with excitement. So I just figured I'd show you this. This is the project that I've been working on for the past couple weeks, and because I've been so close to finishing it, but not really finishing it, but like getting it to this point, there has been quite the rush to get on it. And I think next week or the week after, I will show you the motherboard and all the electronics. I'm still waiting on a few parts for that. And the only thing left that I got to do here is, as you can see, this is kind of a 2-piece. Come on, focus. There we go. Yeah, you can see that slice there. The knob that I got to put on here is like a crimp style. So if I tighten it, these things are going to crimp together, and I don't want to do that. So I got to, I think, just kind of cut a piece of, I guess, some copper or something. I can just cut a piece of copper a little bit smaller than the exterior of this, and I think that'll work. Keep it from crunching down on itself, and just give the screws some solid purchase. So there is that. Let me show you that sticker quick. So yeah, I'm excited. I know this is a little bit off brand from the usual stuff that we post on this channel, but I know many of you have seen this movie and are busting with excitement right now. And some of you haven't, and that's cool too. But there is a new one coming out soon. It was supposed to be out earlier this year, and I think it's going to be out 2021, something like that, May or whatever. But don't hold me to it. I don't know for certain. If you know, let me know in the comments below when that movie's coming out. I should really know, but I don't. So it is what it is. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. I truly appreciate you watching, especially if you're still here. We're like 12:40 into the video. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click that thumbs up. If you haven't done it already, like 95% of you have not, go ahead and punch that subscribe button, because it's fun and you only get to do it once. And I'll catch you later. Peace.